Oh, I don't think I think I was supposed to hit go live and I didn't.
Oh,
Ah,
where'd Ryan go?
uh,
Sorry.
There he
hey,
is.
I actually was supposed to hit the go live and I didn't. So that's why I wasn't finding it anywhere. I still may not find it. So now we're live. Hi, welcome everybody. Whoever's here, maybe soon. This is, we'll try again. Here we go. I am not even going to look at anything else but just do this. So my name is Franny Knight. With us tonight is Marissa Beatty and Ryan Wooden. Marissa and I are with the Urban Cool KC team, and Ryan is with the I Love KC team and Leader One. And we are here today to talk about the Missouri Grant Program Down Payment Assistance, which is one of the best programs if you are looking to get into a house soon and you haven't saved up a lot of down payment money. And if you have saved up a lot of down payment money and would like to see your interest rate drop, we can show you how to get that, which also means you will save money over the long haul, also save money on a monthly basis. So there's many ways that this can help you. If we go too fast and there's a lot of information, we can get this PowerPoint to you. You can also go to we have a free membership at School, SKOOL. Just look for Urban Cool Realtors, and we can also send you that link later. So we've been posting different advertisements over the last month about how you can actually get $20,000 in grant money, which is true, but you would have to buy a house at the $540,000 amount because you would be able to get 3.5% of your down payment covered, and that would be equal almost 20,000, 19,400, something like that. So you definitely can get up to 20,000, but it's just based on what is the sales price of your house. You're going to get up to 3.5%, which is an FHA down payment. You actually get 4%. This gets a little confusing. So you get 3.5% towards an FHA loan and then 0.5% towards closing costs. And we'll talk about closing costs as well. And so let me just check here real quick. I just want to see, we're going live on a bunch of different locations tonight. So we're just trying to see if we've got everybody here. And welcome everybody. Please let us know if you have any questions as we are going live for the first time on all our Facebook streams and Instagram streams. Okay, so so what are the minimum requirements? Who can qualify for this? It's pretty liberal in who can qualify for this. So you have to be a first-time home buyer. What a first-time home buyer is somebody who has not owned a house in the last 3 years. So you could have owned a house. You could be 60 years old, have owned a house in the past, but haven't owned a house for 3 years, and you would be considered a first-time home buyer. So it's not like a first-time forever home buyer. You just cannot have owned a house now for the last 3 years. Or a veteran would qualify for this. If you're you must have a credit score of 640. Ryan and his team at I Love KC, they have great resources for helping you if you need to get your credit score up and repaired. So please chat with him. Ryan, tell us real quick, what's one of your favorite credit repair resources?
Yeah. So within our systems, we have a couple of different options. One that I really like to utilize is Credit Expert.
Oh my gosh!
Your entire credit profile. We take a look at where you're sitting and what is affecting your credit, and then from there, the software gives us a prescriptive list of do these things in this order, and let you know about how many dollars it's going to take and a timeline to get to your desired score. And then all of those parts we're able to, take a look and change. Okay, well, I know we've got this much time, but we don't have this much cash on hand to take care of these things. And so we get to play with it and find the best fit for you in that way. The other one is it's a FICO simulator, and it's similar to that credit expert. But what we'll do is we'll say, okay, if I do this, what's the impact on my score? And so we can run through a few of those things with you guys as the borrower to say, hey, is this feasible? Can we do these things to get you to this next step? So both of those are really, in-house, keeps it, working with the same person you're familiar with from day one with us.
Great. Awesome. Love it. Okay. So the other thing that, other than credit score, is you need to have a debt to income of a ratio of no greater than 45%. That means your debt is not big. And what does that include? What is the debt in that debt part? Or what is the income part of that? And so over here is a list of income that's going to be included in that debt to income portion. And I'm going to ask Ryan again to talk about the debt portion of it. But the income is all income included coming into the household, your wages, including overtime wages, bonuses. Also, child support is included in this, alimony, commissions, earnings from a second job, and any business or investments will be included. And debt is, what are some of the typical debt that's included?
So think about things that you make payments on. So like your car loan, any personal loan, credit cards, things like that. It does not include, going to the grocery store and other things where it's, not a revolving or an installment loan. So a revolving debt like a credit card, or an installment loan like a car note.
Okay, great. All right, moving on. So we're going to be talking often about targeted areas because there are some reductions in interest rates that you get for the house that you're going to purchase being in a targeted area. And that is based on census tracts. And because this is a Missouri program, it's based on different counties. And we just have brought up Jackson County because that's where we mostly work in Jackson County. And these are the census tracts that qualify. And targeted area is where 70% of all the households earn less than 80% of the statewide median income. That's how it's figured. And so we have picked tonight targeted areas to show you, just to give you an idea. Houses, we're going to give you some housing examples that you can see how that works with targeted areas. So anytime we say targeted or non-targeted area, then you'll understand now what we're talking about when we talk about those targeted areas. Okay, now, so there are income limits. So you can only make up to a certain amount to qualify for this program. And again, it's going to be based on the targeted area, non-targeted area. So it's a little bit more liberal if you're purchasing in a targeted area, the house is in the targeted area. And also it's going to be based on how many people are in the household. So for a non-targeted area, so for instance, a non-targeted area in Kansas City would be Brookside. Okay, so Brookside is not a targeted area. If you're going to buy a house in Brookside, Waldo, West Side, those are not targeted areas. And so if you are a one-person household or a two-person household, and that two-person can be you and your spouse, you and a roommate that are going on the loan together, you and your dependent, a child, would be considered a two-person. So it doesn't have to be another person making an income. It could just be you making the income and a dependent. So 1 to 2 person, you can make up to $111,400. If you are a 3+ person household, so it could be you, a spouse, and 2 kids, you, a spouse, and 1 kid, then you can make up to $128,000. If you are in a targeted area, one of those census tracts, and we'll show you tonight some examples of those. Our favorite targeted area in Kansas City that we like to choose from is Troostwood, we'll be showing you 2 houses in Troostewood tonight. There's others, but Troostewood is the one kind of closest in that we like. And Troostewood, for those who don't know, is from Truce to Paseo and from Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard to 55th, basically. If you buy a house in that targeted area, then the income limit goes up to 1 to 2 person, 133,680, and 3 plus 255,000. So it goes higher, which is great. I do have my Facebook up. See if anybody has any questions. Not yet. Okay, great. All right. What homes can you buy? What eligible homes? You can buy single family homes. You can buy owner occupied duplexes, and it doesn't ever say fourplexes, but I think you can buy up to a fourplex. So you can buy triplex, fourplex. You just have to live in one of the units, and it can't be less than 5 years. It's got to be over 5 years. I don't understand. I should find out why that is. Why it has to be less than 5 years old. It doesn't make any sense. You can buy a condo or a townhouse. And also you buy a modular, a double wide home. It just has to be attached to the foundation, a permanent foundation. And it has to be outside it can't be inside a 100-year floodplain. So there is a maximum purchase price that you can buy a property, again, based on the targeted versus non-targeted area. So in the non-targeted areas, again, you can buy in a one-family residence up to $544,000. If you're buying a duplex or higher, you can buy one up to $696,000. If you're in one of those census tract targeted areas, you can buy a single-family home up to $665,000, and a two-family or higher $851,000. And once a month, we will do a house hacking part of this workshop always on a Wednesday to show you how you could do a house hack. And this is kind of a great way to buy a multi-unit property and house hack it. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the benefits other than the down payment assistance, which we're going to go into a little bit more. So that's the biggest one, the down payment assistance, giving you help with the down payment. But the other assistance is also interest rates. You can get a less interest rate depending on if it's a targeted area you're buying in, and if you're actually accepting the down payment. You don't have to accept the down payment. Maybe you've been saving up for down payment assistance and you're like, well, I don't really need this grant because I already have down payment. But what's great is you could actually use this program to reduce your down payment. Right now, and it varies, and I'm going to show you the place where you can go check this out. We check this out on a frequent basis, but if you are buying in a targeted area and you bring your own down payment assistance, or you bring your own down payment, not your own assistance, you are your assistance. If you bring your own down payment, then you can get your interest rate to 5.25%. And Ryan, the interest rates today are what?
Today, national average is 6.05.
6 point. Wow. Yeah. We're getting close to under 6.
Inching away.
So exciting.
Yeah.
But FHA is lower, right?
Yeah, FHA. The national average for FHA on a 30-year note today is 5.65.
Okay, which really is confusing with this MHDC because okay. All right. So with down payment assistance in targeted areas, you can get 5.625, which is, I think, what everybody gets right now. So it's not a great benefit unless you're bringing your own down payment.
Right.
In non-targeted areas, to be honest, you're not getting much help in the interest rate reduction at this moment, but that could change. It changes from time to time. It just hasn't changed in a while.
Right. Well, and that's our job too, is to say, hey, yeah, let's take a look. Does this make sense, or is there a better option? And right now, if you were to apply with us and say, hey, I know I want to use MHDC, or I think I want to use MHDC, and we take a look and you qualify for an FHA loan without MHDC and you have your own down payment, you might be in a better spot to go conventional FHA versus MHDC FHA. But that's what we're here for, is to help you navigate, because there's too many options.
Right.
And we're in it every day. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a website we go to. You can go to mhdc.com and then search for this website, but this changes. But as you can see, it hasn't changed since November 3rd, 2025. We at any point, any day now, any day, this thing could change and get us some new interest rates. But it's just not changed. So we're just going off of this column right here is the numbers I just quoted to you based on targeted areas and non-targeted areas, down payment assistance and non-down payment assistance. Okay, so we wanted to give you some examples of houses that are currently for sale in targeted areas, and how this actually works for you guys. So this house is currently for sale in Trustwood. It's kind of a cool looking house. It's at 1123 East 49th Street. It is listed for $425,000. And I will show you here in just a second the interior photos. But just to give you an idea of how this works, so we brought up the monthly payment calculator, and if you were short on cash and you just like, I just need to get into a house, Franny, help me out. What is the least amount of money I can bring to the table and get myself into a house, and what would be my monthly payment if I did it this way? So this is the least amount that you would bring to the table. So 3.5% of 425 is $14,875. Mm-hmm. If you qualify with some of the criteria we just gave you, from 640 credit score, you don't make more than the 111 to 100 whatever your number of people in your household. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it'd be higher because you're in a targeted area. Wait, hold on. Now I got to go back. Hold on. Wait.
128.
Yeah, thank you.
Some change.
128.
Yeah.
Oops. Where am I going? Okay. So, so if you qualify for those, then MHDC, Missouri Grant Program, will give you the grant of $14,875. Now, I have to tell you, it is a grant that you have to stay in the house for 10 years, or if you sell, you have to pay that back. Mm-hmm. It's a gradual payback. So in the first 5 years, you would have to pay 50% of it back. So 0 to 5 years. If you sell the house in the first 0 to 5 years, you would pay 50% of that down payment back. From 5 to 10 years, you would pay.
It prorates off at a percent.
Prorates, right. And then at the 10-year mark, then you don't have to pay any of it back. So just so you know, it's not totally free, but if you don't move and don't sell the house, it is yours. You don't have to pay it back during that time.
Or refinance.
Yes. That's your job. The interest rate, because it's in a targeted area, is 5.6%. And based on the taxes and the insurance for this property, estimated taxes and insurance is $460. Now, all that, this is not the total amount, $2,814. We have to add into that mortgage insurance, because anytime you don't pay 20% down on a mortgage, you will have mortgage insurance. And that's calculated, it's a percentage. And Ryan kind of knows these better than I do. So about how much more would they have to pay on this monthly for their mortgage insurance?
Your mortgage insurance on 425 is going to be somewhere in the 120 to 130 range.
So you would be looking at 2,940-ish for your monthly payment. Okay.
Yep. Just a hair under $3,000 a month.
All right. So that's what you would pay for this house. So let me show you the interior of this house so you guys can say, hey, we want to go take a look at this house tomorrow. Marissa, Franny, can you go show us? Well, that's not a great place to start. I've drove by this house, I don't know how many times. Can you guys see this on the screen?
I had to zoom in a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know how to make it bigger. How do I make it bigger?
Come here.
Well, I just wanted to give you a quick look inside. You can look it up on later on Zillow and go take a look at it, or let us go show you this house. Okay. It's pretty good. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,754 square feet. I don't know how. I think if we take us off the screen, it might help us to make that bigger for this next time. Okay. So let's go to our next exam. Oh, hi, Karma. Karma has joined the stage. Okay, here's another house in Trustwood. Same neighborhood, same targeted area. So this is 5001 Trustwood. Oh, thank you, Ryan, for putting that. The school.
Yes.
So this is 250,000. So here's the monthly calculator again at 3.5% down payment. We're again using an FHA for this. Now, by the way, so how much do you have to bring to the table? So we as realtors will tell you that if you don't have a lot saved up and you are really ready to get into a house, then there are going to be some closing costs involved other than the down payment. So we're helping you to figure out the down payment with this Missouri grant program, but there are going to be closing costs. Now, remember in the beginning, I said that you would also get another 0.5%. In addition to the 3.5%, it's a total of 4% you get from Missouri grant. So you get 0.5% towards your closing costs. Your closing costs are going to be about how much? 1%, 3%?
Yeah, between 1 and 3.
3%. So what we will do, Marissa and I, when we work with you, we will, or any realtor you're working with, will help you find houses that the seller is willing to talk and negotiate them paying your closing costs. It's called seller paid closing costs. It's kind of a lot of words. Seller paid closing costs. They're paying your close. It's actually the buyer's closing. It's the buyer's closing costs, but the sellers are paying it. So it sounds like seller pay. Wait, who's paying whose closing costs? Because by the way, sellers have closing costs too.
Yeah.
Buyers have closing costs. So what's it? Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
What are buyers' closing costs consist of?
Some of it's like title fees and things like that, recording fees. Because every time you close on a home, it's public record. So there's fees associated with actually getting the home closed through title. There's some lender fees that are associated with like running your credit, with servicing the loan itself, as far as getting it ready to go and then sending off that package to say, hey, here you go, servicer. You're going to collect this mortgage for the next, 30 years, technically. But that's really what it entails, is mostly fees to just get the job done, to get the transaction completed.
Okay, perfect. So back to, if you don't have a lot of money saved up and you're going to be paying, let's say 3%. So what is 3% of 250,000?
Oh,
Come on,
I
do the
know.
calculation.
250 times 3% would be about $7,500.
$7,500. Okay, so now you just got your down payment covered at 8,750. Now you got covered with 7,500. Oh my God! So just forget about it. I'm not going to buy a house. I mean, like, really? Who said I could buy a house? So that's why it's so important that you find a good realtor to help you find houses that the seller's going to be open to paying closing costs, right? And Marissa, you want to answer a question?
Sure.
So what are when you help a buyer who needs the closing costs to be covered by the seller, what kind of houses are you looking for?
Ones that have been on the market a little bit. Or came back on the market after inspections.
Right. So if they come back on the market.
Yeah.
Yes. But those are, I mean, unless they have a lot of stuff that needs to be repaired, and then it's like,
Yeah.
So we want houses been on the market for a while, and the sellers are getting antsy. And okay, so this house has been on the market for 19 days. It's not a long time, but it's more than a couple of weeks, and the seller could be getting a little antsy and might be open to paying a seller paid closing costs. I will tell you, if they're not, and we can also offer, depending on what we think a house will appraise at, we can offer more than list price for the house to cover the closing costs. So for instance, we could come and say, Mr. Seller, we need to have our closing costs covered. So we're going to offer 257,000 if you would cover our closing cost. They still get the same net of 250,000, and you get your closing costs. So we don't, just depending on the situation. Listen, we will talk to the listing agent about the motivation of the seller. Sometimes they'll tell us, sometimes they won't. But we could get a little bit. Sometimes they will say, yeah, they're motivated. Bring us an offer. And so then we'll let you know. Bring the offer, and we might be able to do it without raising. We would like to do it without raising the list price at that point.
Well, because whenever you're raising that sales price, right, whenever you're offering more, you're technically paying it, right? You're just able to then finance it into the loan.
Correct, which doesn't raise your monthly that much.
No, a couple hundred. I mean, not even a couple $100, a couple bucks a month.
Okay, I'm going to show the inside this house because it's kind of cute. But I'm going to remove us from the stage so it maybe makes the house a little bigger. Okay, then I'll bring us all back on the stage. I think I was talking and nobody could hear because
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
doo-dah, doo-dah. It's kind of cute.
Yeah,
It
it
is
is really
cute.
cute.
I think it was a cute house. Okay, let's go to the next one. So this is 5415 Highland. We like to give kind of 3 price ranges for everybody that we think might work, like 3 different house sizes and price ranges. So we found this one that we think is really cute. It's only a 2-bedroom, 1-bath though, so it's a lot smaller, but it is also in the targeted area, but not the Troostewood targeted area. Got out of Troostewood for a minute. And I just wanted to show you, so we have a resource, and Ryan does too, that he goes through. But if you ever want to know where if a house is in a targeted area, we have a realist, it's called realist website. That's what this is. We pull that up and just, it tells us the census tract. Everybody see that? That's the census tract. And if you remember the little thing I showed you earlier with targeted area, 75 is one of the census tracts. So this house qualifies for, we didn't do that. I didn't do that with Troostewood because we always know Troostewood is in it. So we just automatically do that. Welcome back, Marissa.
My computer turned off.
Shoot.
Said
Okay.
hibernation, so I don't know what that meant.
We're just showing this new, our 3rd house of the evening, which is at 5415 Highland, which is also in a targeted area. It's one of our smaller houses for the evening, but priced at $139. And just so you know, look at this, 156 days. The price is reduced. That's another sign that the seller might be open to paying for these buyer's closing costs. So let's look at the monthly calculator on this, and then I'll show you the inside of the house again. So 3.5%, the down payment on this would be $4,897. This is really great. The taxes on this is $680 a year. So the estimated tax and insurance per month is, I mean, I don't even think it's going to be 100, but it might be. So prior to mortgage insurance, which Ryan's going to get for us here, your monthly payment is $875. $875. With mortgage insurance, it would be how much?
Your mortgage insurance is going to add another like 75 to $80. So just take another $80 on top of that.
Okay, so $950 a month,
Yeah,
under $1,000 for your own house. Hello. Before I show you the interiors, oops, I thought, didn't I do, which one did I do the
Oh, the 3.
the 3? Oh, it was back on this one.
Yeah.
Did I go over that? I did, didn't I? I did. Okay, so let's go look at the interior photos. I'm going to take you guys off again. I might, well, let's leave it up. Let's see if we can see.
It was about the same size last time.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I guess I could have just done that. There's got to be a way I can make this bigger. I'm sorry. I'll have to get that improved for next time. It's cute.
It is cute.
I mean, it's 928 square feet, so it's not big, but it's about the size of an apartment, right?
Yeah.
A 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. Nice, nice.
Yeah, about the same size as the last one too. That one was like 980 or something like that.
Yeah. So I think it's I think it could be doable for somebody who's just looking for themselves or a couple. Okay. I think that's a winner.
That's for that price point and everything. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, people are paying more than that for their apartments right now. All right. So typically, we've been doing these on Zoom, and we'd have more opportunity for people to ask this question. So we're trying a different format. If I would love for anybody who had questions, but we're just not really set up for that as much this time. So if you do have questions, we have put up here. If you want to take a screenshot or a snapshot, if you're watching still, of our phone numbers. My number is 686-7499. Ryan's is 660-247-3339. Did I say
1339.
1339. Thank you. Marissa's is 816-315-4520. Hubert, who is not with us tonight, is 913-485-2519. We will have this, if you would like to have this slideshow, this PowerPoint, Ryan put up the link to our school membership. We have this up there that you can download. If you joined us on Facebook or Instagram, I will also link it there on the Facebook as well, so you can find us later. We do this every Wednesday. We do different things each Wednesday. I think we were supposed to tonight do inspections.
Or was it it might have been the house hacking one. Maybe.
Hacking was supposed to be last week, and I messed up.
Oh, okay.
I had something that came wrong.
We're going to have lots of good content, though. We're going to be able to chop this thing up and make all sorts of videos.
Yeah. So we're going to roll with that. We'll get that going. So just keep coming every Wednesday. Check us out. Send people here. We want to get just where we get this really. Here's what the grant is about, and then teach you guys a little bit other than just the grant workshop. So we happy you joined us tonight. Thank you so much, and hopefully see you next Wednesday, or give us a call and we'll go show you one of these houses or any other house that you would like to show you. Yeah. So thank you all, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See ya.